Arguably, the fastest rising star right now in Democratic politics is Zoran Mamdani, who is going to be elected mayor of New York City, and probably in a landslide if the polls are anything to go by. Lots of mainline Democrats have been very shy about his candidacy. They seem somewhat flummoxed by his success. As a sort of talent spotter in the Democratic Party, what do you think of him and his candidacy? And what do you think of mainline Democratic shyness and agitation about the prospect that he's going to win?
Look, as far as I'm concerned, he's the Democratic nominee and he should be supported.
Do you endorse his candidacy?
I support the Democrat in the race, sure.
If I could just interject here quickly. So Kamala Harris is asked about the biggest rising star in the Democratic Party, Zoran Mamdani. And what we're seeing here with Mamdani is the most meteoric rise of any politician in recent history, I would say, maybe since Obama. This guy went from being a complete nobody, being on nobody's radar, to being on the verge of becoming mayor of the largest city in the United States and arguably the most important and influential city in the world. And this is her response. Notice her tone. She's so apathetic and lukewarm in her quote-unquote support for Mamdani. Even the way she phrases it, she says he should be supported, using the passive voice. Wouldn't have made so much more sense if she had simply said, yes, I do endorse Zoran Mamdani. I'm proud of him and what he's accomplished. He's run a hell of a race. What he's done in the last few months has been nothing short of amazing. He's charismatic, he's eloquent, he connects with people, etc. Not a single positive thing that Kamala Harris says about Zoran Mamdani here. Instead, she says, I support the Democrat in the race. Sure. It's almost like somebody is twisting her arm to even say that. Notice that she doesn't even mention him by name a single time. It's like she's saying, well, yeah, if he's the Democrat in the race, then yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and support him. Utterly shameful.
But let me just say this. He's not the only star. I know that, he's in New York, and I know New Yorkers think they're the center of the world, and here we are in New York having this interview.
It is the biggest city in the country.
And I love New York, as the saying goes. I really do. But, there are people like Barbara Drummond in Mobile, Alabama, Helena Moreno in New Orleans. They're all running for mayor, too, and they are stars. So I hope that we don't so over-index on New York City that we lose sight of the stars throughout our country who are right now running for mayor and many other offices, governor, and so on. So that's where I am. We got a big tent, and we got a lot of stars.
As we see here, it's the same old strategy from mainstream Democrats trying to minimize Mamdani's success. Kamala Harris is downplaying his rise as one of the most popular figures in the Democratic Party. This should come as no surprise, however. It's the same playbook they used against Bernie Sanders in 2016 and 2020. She says, well, he's not the only star in the Democratic Party. There's also Barbara Drummond and Helena Moreno. Okay, I guess that's fair. Except that Rachel Maddow was asking specifically about Mamdani. Secondly, I'm sure Barbara Drummond is a decent person and a decent politician, but to compare Mobile, Alabama, which is, by the way, not even the biggest city in Alabama, to New York City, which is the largest city in the United States, and as I said, arguably the most influential city in the world, that comparison is just ridiculous. And Kamala Harris can't even muster the courage to say Mamdani's name. Why is that? Is it because he's too far on the left? Because he criticizes the Israeli government too much? Because he's not in the pocket of billionaire donors? That's mainstream Democrats for you, unfortunately.